Welcome to the Eagle Valley Model Railroad. We're going to start this month's tour out right here on the lift out section of the track. Again, we have a 8x8 loop style double main. And right here is the entrance to the yard. This turnout is the main yard entrance. We hit another turnout that splits off, and this is our main yard lead. That'll be our longest run. And we also have this section right here, and this is where I'm needing some guidance. I'm not real sure exactly how I want to get into the yard. Do I want to have everything pull off the main lead and then have this like a maintenance and engine spur that hugs this inside and comes down here? What I do want to do is put a switch right here facing back onto the lift out, and we're going to put a junkyard right here. It'll be the loading area of the junkyard. Of course, you won't see the rest of it, but you'll be able to see the loading area. This is what we got as far as area for a yard. Clean slate. Again, I'm racking my brain on what to do and how it works and how I want to access cars and how much room I actually do have to put switches, and I just need some guidance. So we're going to come right back around this way. This area right here where cork is, this is going to be the paper mill. And I'm going to take all this cork up for two reasons. Number one, I don't have any structures. So as far as where these leads need to go or where these spurs need to go and in relation to where the buildings are at, I don't have any of that. So it's got to come up for that reason. And the second reason, the more I look at y'all's layouts, I notice that your industry leads and industry spurs aren't necessarily ballast like the mains are. Some of y'all's models, your industry spurs are pretty rugged, pretty ragged looking, and I like that. I like that a lot. That's very familiar looking. So to have these this high and ballasted up, I don't know that I would. Of course it'll run just fine, but I don't know that I would. I like it the way y'all do it, is basically what I'm trying to say. So potentially, I'm not redoing that, but potentially from may or may not take the turnout up. I'll go off y'all's suggestions on that. So either from where the turnout ends or where the turnout begins, start changing elevation to put this on ground level. Or do you recommend building up the ground level? Again, cork's got to come up anyway because I don't know exactly where my industry spots are going to be. Because I want spurs going inside and I want some on the side of the buildings. This is our crossover to access these industries. Pulls off the inside main. We have a crossing, a siding over here that goes up against the mountain, the lake, and it follows the river down. My idea is to put a bait shop along this area here that's serviced by the railroad. This is going to be a camping area, fishing area. We're going to have dock, boat ramps, the whole nines as far as that goes. This crossing services this industry area here. And again, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take up that bit of cork, so these industry sidings will be more ground level and not quite as maintained. We're going to bring it in here, and this will be a pumping station for fuel. This may be on I don't know, I may put this on a concrete pad or something just to change things up some. This area over here is going to be our chip mill. Probably need to have another section of track for unloading the logs and then loading up the chips. But that's what's going to be here. Over on this outside main, we're going to cut in a turnout, and it's going to feed our transfer station. And that brings us back around to the main yard, and up here in this corner here, I'm not sure. I was wanting an intermodal, still want an intermodal, but just depending on what I figure out with the yard, it's going somewhere. I just don't know where yet. So I do want to run it. I do want to have a rip track. I do want to have a engine house. I did have a suggestion of a turntable. That would be absolutely awesome. I just don't want to clutter things up, and that's what I'm worried about. And again, being newer to the model railroad and running HO stuff, it messes me up as far as what size stuff is, how much area I need to allow for, and exactly how much I can put somewhere without it being cluttered. Moving away from the train action, this is our church hill. Still needs some scenery work done. We're gonna completely scene this out. We're gonna add cemetery in the back here, more trees, definitely some foliage, grass, the whole nines. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do a funeral or a wedding? This front porch on this thing looks very, very inviting for a wedding. You guys tell me what you think. Do a little bit of pan around the layout. It's my trestle. The mountain's not completed, of course. We're going to do full scenery on it as well. A lot more trees. I know that looks weird with a pink on my tunnel portal, but I'm playing around with adding a little more detail with it. We got a man up here on the mountain making us some shine here for later. We got our cabin sitting up on the back top of the mountain there. This will eventually be a end of a pond or spring entering into a creek running down the mountain here, hitting a waterfall into a lake running down the river. So we got a lot of scenery stuff to do, stuff to complete, a lot of track delay, a lot of industry to figure out, but we're going to have a good time. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and until next time, happy modeling.